With Phase 4 officially being announced at Comic-Con and Kevin Feige dropping so many hints on what Phase 5 and beyond could be, today I'm giving you guys 5 movies that have not been talked about yet that I want to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I've already done a video for Phase 4, one for Phase 5, and today's video is all about speculation, fantasizing, talking about movies that I want to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but we're not just going to talk about the films today. I'm going to run down what individual character the movie that I'm talking about is about, and give you guys some information just in case you don't know who it is that I'm talking about. These are more obscure characters. It's not an, oh, I want another Avengers, or oh, I want Spider-Man 24. No, I'm talking characters that have not yet been introduced, or characters that have been introduced and we're just gonna clump them together into a nice combination. You guys will see what I'm talking about when we get to it, but even though today's video is just talking about 5 films, I have about 15 in my head that I want to see. So if you guys enjoy this video, if you give it a like, I will definitely do more of these. If you guys don't want to see more, well, let me know. I won't do any more. And of course, I need your comments down below. What do you think about the movies that I'm pitching today, and which movies do you want to see in the MCU? Give me 5. Let's start with the very first one, and the first hero I am talking about is Nova. I want to see a Nova-centric movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe so bad, and not just because I'm in love with the character and the potential that he could bring, right? But this was set up absolutely beautifully in Avengers Infinity War when they basically say that Thanos destroyed his home planet, the planet from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, where Nova is from. This planet was demolished, wiped out. I'm sure there are a few more people left. Part of what could make this so interesting to me is the fact that he is a completely broken person because his people were taken from him by Thanos. Of course, Thanos is gone now, so it's not like he can get revenge on Thanos, but it could provide for a very interesting basis to what his story could be. Austin, who is Nova from the comic books? Well, Richard Rider was a young teenager when he was granted the power of a Noah Centurion. He has had many adventures on his own and with his peers. Among the New Warriors, Richard even became a member of the Avengers in the comics, even though it was brief. He eventually became Nova Prime, leader of the Nova Corps, where he established himself as a cosmic hero of immense power. This is a powerful character. This is a character with, I think, an incredible costume that you could bring to life in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you're asking me who I think should play Nova, I mean, I've been saying for a while that I want Keanu Reeves to play either a Nova or a character that I'm about to talk about. I think it would be cool to see him play a character like that. We've seen Keanu Reeves broken before in John Wick, and it didn't turn out well for the villains. And let's just get right to it. The next character I'm talking about is Moon Knight, another character that I think Keanu Reeves could... This is not a Keanu Reeves video, but it is a video based upon characters that I know and I have loved for so long, and I just want to see the proper iteration of Moon Knight on the big screen. This is such an interesting character, and one of the reasons why he is so interesting is even though his costume is very white, he is a very dark character, a character that can bring us to a depth that we've never been before in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, a lot of people have said Moon Knight would make a great television show, and I kind of agree with you. I would rather see a Moon Knight show on Disney Plus. The problem with that is I don't think Disney Plus is ever going to go as hard R as the character gets in the comics, and really same case with the movie, but Moon Knight's story is so expansive, it needs a bit more than 2 hours to be told properly. Now, we can definitely get it. I will be happy with it if it turns out well, but I would love to see it as a television show or movie. Just give me the character of Moon Knight. So you have Moon Knight, Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jake Lockley, 4 different aspects of the same man who was resurrected by the Egyptian lunar god of vengeance and justice to serve as his avatar, aka those unjust mortals who prey upon the innocents who travel at night with the powers that come from the moon. Beware the vengeance of the Moon Knight, kind of like a Daredevil mixed with a Batman. Bringing this into the Marvel Cinematic Universe could be extremely interesting. I'm excited to see what they do with this character because you have to utilize him. You can't just keep him on the back burner for the next 10, 15 years, right? Then we come to a more mainstream character, but a character that I just want to see the MCU treatment of, and that is the villainous Doctor Doom. Now, Austin, couldn't the Doctor Doom just play a role in the Fantastic Four movie and be the end of it? No, I don't think he should. He definitely can, and if they don't have a Doctor Doom-centric movie, I'm not going to be distraught because we've never seen a movie based around a villain in the MCU, but quite a while ago. Noah Hawley, an incredible showrunner from shows like Fargo and Legion, actually wrote a script for a potential Doctor Doom movie that was talked about at Comic-Con in 2017. Now, according to Hawley, he has met with Kevin Feige to discuss the project. It is currently in limbo, but wouldn't that be fascinating to see a Doctor Doom-centric movie to set up a potential huge villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, less on a grander cosmic scale and more on planet Earth, but it could still be super interesting to see a Black Panther and a Spider-Man and a Fantastic Four eventually team up and take down Doctor Doom. So you don't know who Doctor Doom is? Well, the master of science and sorcery, Victor Von Doom, is the monarch of Latveria and seeks the betterment of mankind through conquest. Unequaled and unrivaled in every manner, Doctor Doom has had many conflicts with both earthly and cosmic super beings, but he will always be known as the eternal nemesis of Reed Richards and his accursed Fantastic Four. So Kevin Feige has already talked about the Fantastic Four. We know we are getting that aspect of the story. Down the line, somewhere, has to be a Doctor Doom. And since this is a bigger universe, he gets to play an even greater role than we have ever seen in the MCU. I'd love a Doctor Doom presence, and I would love a Doctor Doom movie. Now, for my next entry on this list, we are going to go in a different direction and talk about a film that has been rumored to be a part of the MCU in the future, but it's not just a movie about one person. This is a team-up film. It's one that will blow my mind if we get it, because we have really forgotten about a lot of these characters, and this is the Thunderbolts. So it has been rumored that General Ross from The Incredible Hulk could be teaming up with characters like Baron Zemo, who we know is returning to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, so this could set that up properly. Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, who is an interesting villain. The Abomination could return from The Incredible Hulk, and of course General Ross at the forefront, who turns into Red Hulk in the comic books. Now, the rumor is that they will team up to fight the Leader, a character which was established once again in The Incredible Hulk. A lot of Hulk tie-ins here. I find that extremely interesting, but I would love to see this on screen, because this really could be Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad. These bad guys team up to take on an even worse guy. Now, in the comics, the characters are slightly different. We still have Baron Zemo, we still have Thunderbolt Ross, but there are characters like Goliath and Moonstone and Beetle, and heck, even Screaming Mimi. What an obscure Marvel character. Now, the characters that I mentioned earlier, those probably won't be the only ones if we get this movie, and it may even be a completely different roster. Regardless, I think this could be interesting. You've got a great actor playing Thunderbolt Ross. I'd love to see him return. I'd love to see Abomination again, and the setup of the Leader. What, 10, 15 years get a payoff on that character, guys? Marvel knows how to do it. I would love to see this movie. It definitely could be interesting. And the final character that we are talking about today is one that people have been clamoring for so long. Ever since we got that Aquaman movie, everybody's like, hey, Marvel, where's Namor? And we have been planted multiple nuggets in the MCU. Now, some people are not saying they're nuggets. Since I saw what they did with Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, setting up all of those 10 ring seeds, I'm like, anything you think is a Namor nugget, it's probably a Namor nugget, especially if we get that character in Phase 5, and I do think Namor is coming. I think they're going to wait a bit to let the Aquaman hype die down and then come back up again and then maybe die down again. But Namor is just an integral player in the Fantastic Four comics, in the X-Men comics, and in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general. And Austin, isn't this just kind of like a rip-off of Aquaman? Well, he's a very different character emotionally. And since DC has an Aquaman that is a bit over the top and more like a surfer dude, which I like, Namor can be a lot darker, can be as he is in the comics, and sometimes that's ruthless. He's, of course, the ruler of Atlantis. He's the offspring of a sea captain and an Atlantean princess. This really is sounding similar. And he has been both a hero and villain to the surface world. Namor is one of Marvel's oldest published characters, and his origin is in the Golden Age comics. I know, it sounds like an Aquaman ripoff, just me saying what I'm telling you guys, but trust me, if they do Namor right, and they don't just rip off what DC and James Wan did with Aquaman, they do something different, then this could be really cool. And maybe he doesn't even need his own movie. Maybe he can play side roles in this show and this film, but I think a Namor film down the line would be really cool. And I'm just a fan of the character in general. I've always enjoyed his presence in the comics that I've read with him in it. And I truly think this could be an interesting turn for the MCU. I want to keep talking. I want to keep going. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, guys, because I have 5, heck, 10 more movies to talk about. We will do more of these videos. We're going to continue to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe till it goes away, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. As always, leaving your comments down below, talking about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and of course, you can go check out my Phase 4 and Phase 5 videos, working on a bunch of special projects, a lot of Netflix and Amazon Prime and Quentin Tarantino videos coming this weekend, along with more Marvel videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.